artworks plays a significant role in regards to us as Indigenous people, and it embraces the sincerity and the truth-telling of who we are. And I think, in regards to having a voice and being a voice, these artworks echo that significance and sentiment of, we're still here and we're still active.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's with great pleasure that I welcome you to the Coolac Court Coolanie, Heart Coming Home, the Herbert Meyer collection of Carrolup artworks exhibition opening. As is customary at Curtin, I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Noongar people and their elders past and present.
In 2005, when I first made eye contact with those artworks, it was as if, it was just a mirage, because we've been searching for those artworks for quite a while. Looking at them after focusing on them and thinking about him all those years, it was an unbelievable reality in regards to those artworks looking so impressive and so powerful in the moment. For those artworks coming back home to country after being lost for so long, it was a heart-warming spiritual reconnection. Not only were the artworks coming back as art pieces, but they also were bringing back the spiritual legacy and the memories of those artists.
The Heart Coming Home event certainly was very significant to us at Colgate. I mean, in one sense, it was a symbol of our hope that we had done the right thing. It symbolized the scale and the importance of this moment to Western Australia, to Carrolup descendants, and to the Noongar. And it symbolized how the artwork represents so many dimensions of history and culture and people. That event was a window on the future, the window on engaging more and more people in respectfully honoring the past and the great heritage that these young artists and children that we're now attaching names to, like Ross Jones, finding out that there are more people in the cadre of these artists. That event signaled to me that there are just more and more expressions of this cultural heritage, the sadness of the past, but how that sadness is giving us hope for the future. In crafting our relationship with Curtin and the Carrolup elders, the focus on education, on access to knowledge, and the beauty of these artworks and all the stories held in these artworks was absolutely the cornerstone for an ongoing relationship and a requirement for the return. That was a dream, a hope of the Carrolup elders with whom we worked. The North Star that guided us in thinking about the relationship among the three entities going forward.
let's start with the easy one. Can you tell us your name and where you were born? When you were born?
Alma Caroline Tumath. Oh, Cuddabutt, eh? Do it say my maiden name, eh?
Sure, yeah.
Cuddabutt.
So you guys do all the framing and everything?
We get a
Oh,
restorer
you got
to
a-
do them, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He because there was a lot of sticky tape on the edges and
Oh,
things like
yeah,
that.
it would
He's
be,
come
yeah.
along and he washes it.
My mother, Alma Tumathni Cuddabutt, was recognised as the last living child artist of Carrolup. She was also the first Aboriginal woman in Western Australia to get a fine arts degree. To actually find a work that she created, around the cusp of 6 years old was very incredible. Mum held that work for the first time close to the age of 80, and you could see the absolute delight in her face. She was always attached to the project here at the gallery. It allowed her to be formally consulted, and she valued that. She always saw, and at the establishment ceremony, made it very clear that she was placing an obligation on the John Curtin Gallery, and specifically to our director, Chris Malcolm, to receive that work on behalf of Curtin and on behalf of all of her other mission brothers and sisters.
Since 2013, when the Carrolup collection was transferred to Curtin University, we've had a commitment to both plan and build a dedicated home for the Carrolup collection. We launched the Carrolup Centre for Truth-Telling through an establishment ceremony in November 2020, which has seen an incredible response from the community with over 700 donors, which has now enabled us to be able to announce that we are about to undertake the extension of the John Curtin Gallery to accommodate the Carrolup Centre for Truth-Telling. We finally will be able to fulfil our obligations to our agreement with Colgate University, who generously transferred the collection to us in 2013.
The Carrolup Centre for Truth-Telling and Healing represents an opportunity to engage with the community, to inform them of the past, particularly colonial settlement, its impact on humanity, and it gives us a voice through the children's artwork to have those conversations and to partner with communities and organisations in the delivering of healing. The centre gives me hope that my children, my grandchildren will live in Australia where they feel valued.
The next step in the development of the Carrolup Centre for Truth-Telling is a wonderful opportunity we have to transform a historic building in the centre of the city. The Old Perth Boys School in St George's Terrace has been part of Curtin University since 2017. Through this transformation, we will be able to guide people to the John Curtin Gallery at Curtin University to be part of the Carrolup Centre for Truth-Telling.
A reconciled future can only come for us all if we have a fully reflective view of the past. In a contemporary way, we see and experience problems every day between First Nations people and wider Australia. And in terms of wider Australia understanding why that is and why healing is so necessary, the past must be revealed in a constructive way, in a truthful way, in a way that's fully transparent, which it hasn't been in the past. And so as 3% of the Australian population, Aboriginal people, we are telling our stories, and that's what the centre will represent. Human stories